Good morning, everyone. Welcome back. I'm Kurt Roth, and this is the 505 Sports Venture Foundation program, where we come to you close to weekly to discuss what's happening at UNM, what's happening in Albuquerque, and how it relates to our movement, the name, image, and likeness movement. I'd like to first thank Steve Davis, a president of ProView, also a supporter of 505 Sports Venture Foundation. He gives us this time every week to talk to you, to spread the message, and to simply discuss with great guests, and we have one coming up, what's going on in and around Albuquerque in the state of New Mexico. Also have to give kudos to my producer, Adrian, from Norwalk, Anaheim, LA, or Watts, depending on what day it is. Best producer in the business, keeps us going here. Also one of the great car restoration guys in Albuquerque. If you need some of that information, call me. All right, we've got a couple of things, big things coming up. But what I want to mention right now, and the big things we're going to discuss, state tournament and Lobo men's basketball. But what also starts on March 24th is the transfer portal. And we all know what that brings to the table. Change, kids jumping, leaving teams, going to another school. We felt some pain in that last year, and we want to avoid that. We have a great core of student athletes who play for the men's basketball team, and we can retain each and every one. But it's up to you. We all know we don't have a pro sports team here in New Mexico. The Lobos are our team, and you and everyone else can buy stock in the Lobos. We don't need you to contribute $1 million, $5 a month. If everyone chips in, we'll be in great shape. So it's 505sports.org. Check it out. Jump on board and help us out. Go Lobos. We're going to take a short break. We'll be right back after this. Stay with us.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is ProView. From pros to prep, all your favorite action. All your favorite talk shows. Find it on ProView Networks.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walk up to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
What's going on, Lobo Nation? Jacory Krosky-Mir here.
And I'm Devin Dampier. The Lobo football team is going through some changes, but we're here to stay.
We'll put in the work on the field and in the weight room, but we'll need your help off the field.
505 Sports Venture is leading the charge in the NIL space.
And you can be part of it.
You make my heart better. Shorty, she better than all my intentions. Locked in, shorty, you got my attention. See your baby, I get you the business. Touchdown and pay you a visit.
Welcome back, everybody. I'm Kurt Roth. We're back at the 505 Sports Venture program. And as usual, we have nowhere near enough time to talk to our guests and get all the information out. So I'm going to hurry up, introduce to you local guy, third generation Albuquerque guy, business person. But today he's the head coach of the Academy girls basketball team, Josh Skarsgård. How you doing?
Doing great.
Okay. Also, longtime Lobo fan. We're going to get to that after we talk state tournament. big supporter of 505 Sports Venture. So here's another guy who does the right thing. He's got a family who are huge supporters. We live and die with the Lobos. So, all right. So Academy, first year, had a great year.
Yeah.
Fifth seed in the state tournament, third highest ranking in the city, I guess. Is that right?
Yep.
What are you, 21-5, somewhere around there?
23-4.
20, oh,
Come on,
jeez.
come on.
23-4. I was privileged to see you guys smoke somebody one night. I don't remember who.
Monsanto.
That was
Yeah.
really good. And you've got 4 kids, and one of them you coach.
Yep.
You tell me about her.
Yeah, so we're young. We got 4 freshmen.
Okay.
We're 23-4, set the school record for wins, tied the school record for wins. But we're really young. So I think that's probably why we were ranked 5th. We make freshman mistakes occasionally. But no, we've had a great year. We got silver tonight at 5 o'clock at the Academy Gym. And like last year, we drew Deming. I was a dad last year. My daughter Lily was starting point guard as an 8th grader last year. So I was in the bleachers as a parent, proud parent. But those teams down south, Kurt, they're aggressive and they're fast and they are very physical. So we got Deming's counterpart silver tonight. So
Okay, I was going to ask about that.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's step back. Last year, Lily was an 8th grader and started, so now she's a freshman.
Yep.
Starting, she had some few good games.
Yeah.
She's also, the last time, and we're gonna talk about the Albuquerque Journal in a minute, she was quoted very well. She's quite articulate. I love
thank
that.
you.
So she's already got the talk down.
Well, it was a locker room fodder. She said something about how we're coming for you girls in March. So I don't know if that's a good quote, Kurt. I think our teams are going to be gunning for us.
Okay, all right. Well, tell us, tell us about what kind of style you guys play.
Yeah, we're fast. I mean, so, Kurt, everyone in 4A basketball has been successful. They have one common denominator, and it's ball pressure. So Gallup and Kirtland Central have dominated 4A basketball.
Right.
And, that's in Gallup and in Farmington, and they play a very distinct style. They have 12 girls that come at you. They press you the whole game. So we started doing that this year. We started pressing, and we started playing a higher tempo because frankly, it wins. And it wins at the collegiate level. Patino will tell you that. So we preach ball pressure, skill development, with as young as we are. And, we got really smart girls. So we have an elaborate playbook.
Really?
Yeah.
Who taught it to you?
It's so funny you'd say that. No, when I got named to the job, I called Richard and he said, what are you doing tomorrow at 11 o'clock? So I ran down to the pit, the Davalos Center, and Richard opened up his entire practice. We run all the Lobo stuff, pitch, through, trail. So when you watch us, you could scout the Men Lobos and Bradbury. Anaya Ogman's on my coaching staff.
Right,
Yeah.
great coaching staff.
Yeah.
Who else you got on there?
Megan Miller, she played at Louisville. Anaya played at UNM. They'd kick my ass, frankly. So, but no, Bradbury and Patino both opened up their practices to us. So we run Lady Lobo offense called X, and we run Patino's man-to-man offense.
Excellent. All right. So in Silver, down south, what do you know in general when you play a team that you don't play during the year? Do you get any scouting? What kind of prep can you do?
So we have NFHS and we have Huddle. So we
Okay.
ask other coaches for their game film. So I've seen them play 5 games.
Okay.
And my wife's a little annoyed. We go to bed watching Silver games. She wants to watch Netflix. But no, she's not liking the preparation. So
Well, tell us about Silver.
They're fast. They're not as tall as we are. So we're bigger, but they are fast and aggressive, and they get into you. And then on defense, they sit in this 2-3 zone and try and make you shoot it. So we've focused on shooting this week. And you know how you beat a 2-3 is you beat them down court.
Right.
Don't let them set up.
Don't let them set up.
Yeah.
Right. Well, in a little bit, and in many zones, don't want to let them set up. We saw that for the men, Lobos in Logan in the second half. Utah State the Lobos kind of ran their offense. Then when you can't get down court, it's a whole different thing. All right, so that's Friday tonight. If you're watching this on the stream or YouTube today, Friday at 5 p.m. in your gym.
Yep.
Okay, so anyone who wants to see it's fun, guys. I really enjoyed it. I got to see them play. They're well coached. I wasn't sure about the rookie coach, but I watched. They move the ball. They hustle. The thing I loved about your team is when you huddled, they all listened. And I think my experience is I did some women's basketball coaching at UNM in the 70s.
You did.
And the women listen.
Yeah.
The guys who are 16, 17, they know more than any coach.
Yep.
They want to take their shots. They
Yep.
want to get their highlight films. I think the women are much, much more coachable as a general rule. I don't want to overstate that. All right. So then let's assume you guys win a tough contested game. Is your next round in the pit?
Yeah, we're at the pit. Tuesday at 8 a.m. We call it the breakfast game, and that's after daylight savings. That's a tough game.
For high school kids to get up and go.
Yeah.
Who's on the other side of the bracket?
So if we win, we have Valencia Highland winner, and then we have
Okay.
Kirtland Central, who's the 1 seed. Kirtland is a handful, so that would be the semifinals.
Yeah,
So.
whoa. Well, it's always one of my regrets of being a Lobo fan is state tournament. I'm in Las Vegas.
I know.
And I'd love to be there. Anyway, all right. Well, we're finished our first segment. We've still got a lot to talk about. We're going to take a short break, try to sell you some stuff. So stay with us. Come back when we'll be here with Josh Skarsgård. Stay with us.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Got shots. Got shots. Got shots.
During Got Shots, participating providers open their doors for any child who presents for immunizations, regardless of whether they are a patient or whether they have insurance.
Hi, my name is Ruben, and I'm with the New Mexico Educational Assistance Foundation. We are proud sponsors of high school and college sports. Either college or trade, we can help you find the funding you need. Go to nmfafsa.org. That's nmfafsa.org.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gallus Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66. Built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
Uh, 505 Sports Venture Foundation program. Our special guest, Josh Skarsgård, Albuquerque guy, currently the head coach of highly competitive Academy girls basketball team who will play in they're playing the state tournament tonight, 5 o'clock at Academy. Great game against Silver. If you're into girls basketball, go get it. All right, so. We just, I think, flashed up a picture of the high school days. Did I see that?
Yeah.
And people know you also are a Division I ball player.
Yeah, I had a blast growing up here. Played for Mike Brown at the Academy, so I'm back at my alma mater, and he was a terrific coach. And he's got a coaching tree, Danny Brown, Greg Brown. So the 5A boys state tournament has Greg at the 1 seed, Danny at the 3 seed.
Right.
And those I was the point guard that followed Greg, Danny. So talk about a shadow. So.
Right.
But the Academy is just a special place to play. And I went from the Academy. My club team, I was coached by John Wisnett and Steve Davis. And Wisnett was just amazing. What a great guy to play for.
Great guy.
And every single road trip, he would tell us stories about Lobo recruiting in the pit and Marvin Johnson and Cooper. So our Lobo love runs deep. And then went and played for Jerry Pym for a season at UC Santa Barbara. Played is a strong word. 10th man. A lot of cheering, but it was a blast.
All right. Well, who'd you play with at Academy? Anybody we know?
Yeah, James Borrego, the first Hispanic head coach in NBA history, diehard Lobo fan. James and I would road trip. Do you remember the Steve Logan at?
Oh, yeah.
James and I, with my dad, road trip from Albuquerque, left at 6 in the morning, got there for tip-off against George Washington. Remember that team?
Sure.
So, yeah, diehard Lobo fans.
Okay. So, and James, there was a little flirtation there at one time when the job was open. I happen to remember a copyrighted story in the local paper that said he had the job.
Yeah.
So that would have been a wild thing, turn of events. Interesting to speculate. All right. So let's talk about the men's play tonight. Lobo men play tonight. Big favorites, 11, 12-point favorites against UNLV, who's been playing great.
Yeah.
If they win tonight, they finish the Mountain West season as undisputed
Outright.
champions, outright champions, 17-3.
Yeah.
What's your overall thoughts there?
I love this team. I think when you get into March and when you get into the NCAA tournament, you have to have an elite point guard to win in March, and Donovan is all of that. And then you need to rebound the ball, and Junior Joseph can do that. So I think this team is special. I think that this could be the team, Coach, we've been waiting for. We say this every year, but I think this could be the Sweet 16 team. But you know what it comes down to? Shooting.
Well, you're right. We saw it out in Reno. Lobos shut them down.
Yeah.
They went 7 minutes without a field goal. I think we had one or two.
Yeah.
If it wasn't Dent, teams now are daring us to shoot the three. There's no doubt about it. Nelly's getting bumped around.
Yep.
They're not letting the ball go in that easily. And when he gets it, he's surrounded.
Yep.
And we're just not making the wide open threes. And that was kind of the tale of that game.
Yeah.
We couldn't pull away.
Yep.
Out in Logan, when that happened, we shut them down and just kept making shots and, and a layup, and boom, it was 20 points.
Yep.
We looked at each other. There was two of us who made the trip, another two guys, and we were like, are we ever going to score?
Yeah.
And they missed foul shot. We couldn't score. So you're right. Dent gets better every game.
Every game. No, he's fantastic. I mean, and, teams will scheme you differently in the March Madness. So Dent, they're probably going to take him away from us in the first round. I think we're dancing. I think we both know we're dancing. But it's going to be Amzil, Nolan, Taru. Can those guys make shots in a Dayton, in a Denver, against a Power 4 conference? That's where this comes down.
I couldn't agree more. And we've, you want to go in there with a certain swagger, not play tight.
Yeah.
Because as soon as you play tight, the ball never goes in. But I agree. This is such a cool team. And you look at what we lost. I mean, everybody's still like, what if? I mean, there was a post on X by one of the bloggers who said, hey, for 5 minutes, the Lobos had Toppin and Tonje, who might be the player of the year in the Big Ten. And I had to chime in, well, we also had Mashburn, who happens to be the second leading scorer in the country this year.
Yeah.
So the talent that's come through, hey, and all credit to Richard Pitino and his staff for being able to recruit these guys. And that's what we're talking about, little side thing. 505 SVF, we're trying to retain the core of our team. It can happen, but we need your help.
Pause. Richard deserves a ton of credit for the recruiting, and you deserve a ton of credit as a general manager of this team. Kurt, what you've done for the depth of this team. So this team I like better in March than last year's because we have more ways to beat you. Last year, as you know, with House and Mash and
do or die.
It was, and we kind of rode that and obviously got hot in the Mountain West tournament. But we have more ways to beat you this year, and I think it's because of 505. Richard and his staff recruit really well, but without you locking them up. So I just want to say you were honored at the Utah State halftime. I gave you a standing O. I'm very, very thankful. We do not have this team without what you've been doing and 505. But so for everyone listening, Kurt is our general manager. He's our spiritual leader, and you need our support.
Well, we do. We all do, and we're all Lobos.
Yeah.
So it's up to us. No one is coming to help us. We have a great base. I'm quietly confident that our coach is going to be here next year. So, guys, 505sports.org. Any amount helps. You can donate $5. We'll love it. We need your support. We need to be competitive, or we can be. And I don't think there'll be a better venue in the United States this weekend than tonight in the pit. Celebratory. It's going to be awesome. So, all right, we've got one more segment. We're going to come back and talk a little more detail. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Tonight's going to be electric.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient. They're easy to make.
Blaze King, that's a fire.
The heat is on when it's a Blaze King wood stove, controlling heat up to 40 hours on a single load of wood with a built-in thermostat. See for yourself at either Blaze King showroom, Albuquerque and Santa Fe. Blaze King, and now that's a fire.
I might not be in the cage as much anymore. Just like riding a bicycle, I can pick up the fight from where I left off. I'm not some slick-haired outsider posing with borrowed gloves. I grew up here. New Mexico is in my blood. I'm a New Mexican fighting for other New Mexicans. I'm Adam Oki. I'll be your champion in the courtroom.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back. I'm Kurt Roth, 505 Sports Venture program. I've got Josh Skarsgård, local dude, longtime Albuquerque guy, generational, 3 generations, and now coach of the Academy girls team. Again, 5 p.m. Tonight at Academy. Silver comes into town. State tournament starts. Great time. If you're not going to be at the game, you want to go see a real cool girls basketball game, 5 p.m., and then the state tournament. So for those of you who are not going to Las Vegas to root on the Lobos men and women, get out to the state tournament games. Not only are they at the pit, they're out in Rio Rancho.
Yep.
And one other. What's the other one? Am I missing one?
Bernalillo.
Bernalillo.
Yeah.
Go. These games are great. The enthusiasm is wild. They're local kids. This is something that New Mexicans own. Support it. And on that note, I wanted to take a little editorial comment. I've talked about this. We talked about it off camera. The Albuquerque Journal has some of the best writers in the country, and we need to support it. Some of the stuff you can get for free, but I'm urging you, subscribe to the Journal. Local news is important for sports, of course, and that's what we're talking about. But if you're into politics, you want to keep the politicians honest, who's going to do it but the local press? So today, there are 3 great, there's a bunch of good stuff in there. There's a great story by Grammer on the Lobos.
Yeah.
And then one of our favorite, a guy is like, if I didn't know him, I would think he might be a composite of 5 humans, James Yotis.
He's a legend.
And
yeah.
Men's, girls, boys, girls story, detailed predictions. I mean, you know him. How valuable is it? Your daughter's quoted, you're quoted. Yeah. How does he do that?
I mean, he's incredible. He's been doing it for, I think, 40 years. So he interviewed us back in the 90s during the 6 feet run. But it's not just this guy scored 30 or 20. It is detailed takes on how to win, strategy. I mean, and then human interest stories. He's amazing. Yeah,
I have seen this year 1 girls basketball game. You guys kick butt. I read Yotis's stories, and it's so descriptive. He gives you so much detail. I'm like, oh, I want to see the Pius game. It's like, he's unbelievable. So again, subscribe to the Journal. it's good for the Journal. It's good for you. You get great information, and it's good for Albuquerque and the state of New Mexico. If we were to lose, and we're only the Journal only exists because of the Lang family. They are not making a fortune on that newspaper. Trust me. They need your support, just like 505. You own this. This is your local newspaper. The industry is in a bad spot. But if we don't have the Albuquerque Journal, where are you going to get local news? It just doesn't exist online. So again, great for high school sports, great for Lobo sports, great football article yesterday by our guy Sean Reeder. It's just, if you follow sports, it's not that expensive. I'm an old school guy. I get the paper delivered.
Me too.
5:15. It's in my driveway. Okay, so now here we go. Big weekend. You guys, Lobos, we expect a win for both teams?
Yeah, let's both win it, right?
Okay. So then, Lobos win tonight. Doesn't matter what happens to Colorado State. Number 1 seed, Thursday, Vegas, 12 noon. High noon in Vegas against, I think it's the winner. Maybe, do we know? San Jose, Wyoming. Is that
Probably,
it?
Yeah, probably San Jose.
Strangely, all 4 of those games were tough.
Yeah. Oh.
And San Jose beat us.
San Jose
So
is a handful.
they are.
Handful.
Well, great coach.
Yep.
For those who don't remember, when Richard Pitino was hired,
runner-up.
the story came out the day before that it was Tim Miles.
Yep.
And he does. You want to know great coaching? You look at that team. They have no basketball budget. They're the lowest one in the Mountain West. They have a virtually nil NIL budget.
Yeah.
And he can coach. He gets players.
They play hard. They share the ball. Yeah, they're a threat to beat anybody in the tournament.
So that'll be exciting out in Vegas. We know, we call it Pit West. We need to get you guys out there. So make your plans. Lobos are, no matter what happens tonight, Thursday at noon next week, there's a game. There's a couple of Lobo Club events that you can check out online. Assuming everything goes well, we're going to have a saloon gig on Friday afternoon before the semifinal
Oh, is
out
that
there.
right?
Yeah, we haven't announced it yet. We worked on it yesterday. We had to find space, we think, for about 500 people.
Wow.
Well, if it's walking distance to Thomas and Mack, and the Lobos
Yeah.
are playing in the semifinals, hey, who knows how many people will go to that.
Yeah.
And so check us out. We'll have an announcement. It'll be on X, 505 Sports. It'll be on our website. We'll let you guys know. But we want to see everybody out in Albuquerque, from Albuquerque out in Vegas, rooting them on. And if you don't go, you better go to the state championship in the pit.
Yeah.
So, all right, man. So last time, tonight, 5 p.m., silver. If you win again,
We got Valencia Highland winner at 8 a.m. on Tuesday.
breakfast in the pit.
The breakfast game.
Can you imagine how cool that would be? I mean, let's go. And the girls are ready at that hour, high school girls? You don't know.
We'll see. We'll see.
Well, but both
Yeah.
teams. It's not like
It's hard for everyone.
And it's,
Yeah.
All right, man. Well, great job, first-year coach. You guys kicked a lot of butt this year. It must be great to play. You got your daughter handling the ball. Wish you guys all the luck. Again, 5 p.m. tonight. Get out to Academy if you're not going to the Hey, you can go to both. Go to Academy and then cruise over to the game.
I'm doing both.
He's doing both. All right, we're going to see you guys once again. It's 505sports.org. 505sports.org. Check it out. It's retention month. Let's keep our guys and gals, and let's keep this thing going. I'm Kurt Roth. We'll see you sometime next week, I hope. Take care.
Go Lobos.
Go Lobos.
ProView Networks would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. Hans Whitler Automotive, German car maintenance and repair in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Call 505-294-7684 or visit hanswhitlerauto.com.